I call this meeting to order, and I welcome you all to the Berkeley County Board of Education meeting this evening, this January the 26th, 2016. I declare a quorum is present and that the media has been notified. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the agenda. It's been seconded. Is there any discussion? Then all of those in favor of this motion, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Then the agenda is approved as is. This time, will everyone please stand for the opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory, forever and ever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Just a quick thank you to the teacher forum from me, and I'm sure all the board members feel the same for the refreshments we have back there. And just to let know that we are appreciated is very important to us. And we thank you from our hearts. And also from all the people who've been sending cards to us. Thank you, cards. I appreciate that. And I know everyone else does too. Thank you so much. Also, we have two members not with us this evening. Kathy is at a conference for her job at the College of Charleston. And Max had a little family emergency that he needed to go to and take care of it. He called me right before the meeting to let me know that he would rather be here, but this family emergency has called him away. And as I told him, family comes first. So everybody just keep him and his family in their prayers. At this time, do we have a motion to approve the minutes of our regular meeting of January the 12th?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes of the regular meeting of January 12th, 2016.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes of our regular meeting of January the 12th, 2016. It's been seconded. Is there any discussion? Then all of those in favor of this motion, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. And the minutes for the January 12th meeting are approved. Going to agenda item number 5, the approval of the November 2015 Head Start Budget Expenditures Report, the November 2015 Head Start Credit Card Report, the prospective new hires, revised Head Start calendars, Head Start Annual Report, the selection criteria for the 2016-17 program year, and the recruitment plan for the 2016-17 program year. Do I have a motion?
Yes, sir. I make a motion that we approve the November 2015 Head Start information as presented in Agenda Item 5.
Second.
Do we have any discussion? And we have the motion to approve the November the 2015 Head Start information as in Agenda Item number 5. It's been seconded. All of those in favor of this motion, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. And the Agenda Item 6, approval of the December 2015 Head Start Budget Expenditure Report, the December 2015 Head Start Credit Card Report, prospective new hires, 2015 Community Assessment, the 2016-17 School Readiness Goals, the Self-Assessment Improvement Plan, the Strategic Plan, and the Training and Technical Assistance Plan. Do I have a motion?
Yes, sir. I make a motion to approve the December 2015 Head Start information as presented in Agenda Item 6.
Second.
Do we have any discussion? Then all of those in favor of the motion to approve the December 2015 Head Start information in Agenda Item 6, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. And that is also approved. At this time, we'll go to Agenda Item number 6, the Legacy Builders. I'm sorry, 7. Legacy Builders.
Hello, Superintendent Blackburn, Chairman Hayes, members of the board. We just wanted to, as Teacher Forum, take a moment again to say thank you for all that you've done. You have given us a wonderful superintendent. You have started the beginnings of a new school for us. And we know that you work diligently for us as educators, for our students in the district, and we couldn't be happier with Berkeley County and working here for y'all. So, on behalf of Teacher Forum and our students in the district, we have a small token of appreciation. We have some cards for y'all that we'd like to give for you now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Clark. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Looking forward to this. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate all that you did too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That ribbon's so cute.
We have 3 other special recognitions tonight as well. So good evening, Mr. Chair, Superintendent Blackburn, ladies and gentlemen of the board, and all of you who have joined us tonight. Our first is Miss Donna Stoller. Miss Stoller, special education teacher at Stratford High School, has been named the South Carolina Council for Exceptional Children's Exceptional Educator of the Year. The award is given in recognition of educators' exemplary performance as special education teachers, their ability to creatively inspire students through innovative methods of instruction, their involvement with professional organizations, and their demonstration of leadership within schools and communities. Ms. Stoller will be honored at the South Carolina Council for Exceptional Children's President's Awards Luncheon on February 5th in Myrtle Beach. At this time, would you please join me in celebrating Ms. Stoller's accomplishment? And can you come forward, Ms. Stoller, to be recognized, please, as well as you, Principal Taylor. Yes. And could I get you, Mr. Hayes, and Superintendent Blackburn? Did you have anything you'd like to say? The next individual we'd like to recognize is Miss Jessica Donaldson. Miss Donaldson, pre-engineering teacher at Cane Bay Middle School and member of the Discovery Educator Network, was named Discovery Education Program Champion for the 2015-2016 year. Miss Donaldson was selected based on her demonstrated commitment and passion for science, technology, engineering, and math, and her exemplary use of Discovery Education's programs. She and 13 other program champions will represent specific topic areas in STEM, health and wellness, as well as social studies, and they will share various resources and support programs with their colleagues around the world. At this time, Ms. Donaldson, would you please come forward to be recognized? And last but not least, our last recognition is Goose Creek High's VEX Robotics team, the Binary Bots. The Binary Bots received the Excellence Award at the Bluffton High School New Year's Bash VEX competition. The Excellence Award is the highest award presented in the VEX robotics competition and is given to a team that exemplifies overall excellence in creating a high-quality VEX robotics program. The Binary Bots finished third overall of 19 teams and reached the final round of the competition. Their stellar performance qualified them for the state robotics competition in Columbia. At this time, would Ken, John, Mark, Hunter, Joseph, Sergio, Mr. Sklar, and Ms. Smith come forward to be recognized and give us a demonstration?
Brentley, remember what happened last time?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jeff Sklar. I'm the one of the coaches of the VEX robotics team. This is our 4th year, but first year with this program. It's the Nothing But Net competition. We qualified for state this year and nationals. We're hoping to qualify for worlds at the state competition in March. This is the team that's done it with me. Hunter Tillman does my coding. He does the programming. It's like a C+. This is our team captain, Ken Elianto. Sergio Bigarn is one of our drivers, and one of our main builders is their other team captain is John Ona. Our competition this year is we based it on an idea of a baseball flywheel, like a baseball machine where it shoots for pitching. We've done pretty good with it. It does go really fast, about too fast. We've taken a couple referees with it. So we want to go ahead and try getting more of a backspin and changing to more of a softball pitching machine with a double flywheel in the middle where it shoots just a little bit softer so we can get a quicker onload. Our goal is to try to get one ball every second, but right now it's about 1.5 seconds per shot. So we're trying to change that. If we shoot into a net about 14.14 feet away, they don't calculate. I'm just trying to 14.14 feet away, 39 inches, and to calculate it, they all did the math to figure out the RPM to the initial velocity, and elevation, all that stuff that you love about physics. Yeah. So it's done really well. Getting to the finals, they're going to go ahead and demonstrate it. The mechanism. Did you want to add anything?
Probably.
Anybody want to be the Widowmaker? Anybody got a person want to pick out? We're going to go ahead and do it. It scoots in the balls right here. It'll take it up to the uptake. Oh, you're aiming at me? Just shoot it straight there. Just in case.
They're aiming at our faces.
All right. Good. We appreciate everything and all the support Mr. Husky's given us and Tina Lee for the competition. Does anybody have any questions? No?
How many baseball coaches have requested one?
I've been out there to take pictures of theirs, and I have it on my phone to prove it. So we kind of studied that for a while. So, anyway. Stop the wall. Good job. You got to go in the office, keep your hands down.
That was fun.
That concludes our special recognitions for tonight, but please take a look at the Legacy Builders publication. It's right on the front table. It outlines a lot of the outstanding achievements of our students, faculty, and staff. Thank you.
The kids are ceasing never to amaze me, I'm telling you. Unbelievable. Moving on to agenda item number 8, citizens' comments. We have one tonight. Before I call the gentleman up, I want to go over the rules again. In order to conduct the meeting in an orderly and efficient manner, we ask that you honor the following guidelines. Stakeholder comments are welcomed and encouraged. However, the board will not take immediate action on public comments at this meeting. Any person wishing to address the board must register prior to the meeting, and comments must be regarding programs, policies, or procedures. Comments regarding complaints against employees other than district level executives or references to students other than the child of the speaker will not be heard in public session. Groups addressing the same topic should select one speaker, and to maximize the participation, comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. And the board has set aside a total of 30 minutes for public comment. The board chair reserves the right to allot additional time or to halt public comments that do not adhere to these guidelines. And at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Dale Roan to come up to the podium. The education of our kids and the $18 million taxpayer savings.
Okay, my name is Dale Roan, I'm from St. Stephen's. I'd like to address that first. In the summertime, there was a thing on the news saying that the county or the state wanted to take $20 million from the school board's budget. Then, in the first week of December on the news, the board put this out, that they saved the taxpayers $18 million. And my thing is, we need teachers, we need bus drivers, we need tutoring program, all the things the district needs. The district is doing a wonderful job. I don't want to take nothing wrong for y'all, but we need things for our kids. I see them. And I just can't see how y'all give back $18 million with all the stuff we need. And the other thing is, when I was a young man in school 40 years ago, they had, in the state of Pennsylvania, there were over 900 and something different trades. And every time I see this commercial on TV that a college degree will make twice as much as a high school graduate, I get upset because I know that's not true. All these kids are not going to go to college, and everybody in this room knows that. But they got to have a trade. They don't have a father or uncle or grandfather teach them to work on cars or build houses or whatever. They're not learning any trade. And I'm going to be pushing this over the years. And I'm sorry I haven't made it here then till now, but I'm going to be back again. These kids need trades. And I think we ought to start having high schools and middle schools to teach trades. We're going to need sheet metal workers. We're going to need mechanics. We're going to need all kinds of things for all the industries that's moving in this area. And we need to teach that. They shouldn't have to go to a secondary college or school to get a trade when they never done it no time in their life before. So we got to start educating them in these trades. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rudd. Moving on to agenda item number 9, administration and facilities. An item for information, the 2016-2017 instructional calendar update. Mr. Jackson.
Good evening, Chairman Hayes, Superintendent Blackburn, members of the board. Tonight I have for you a brief presentation on the 2016-2017 instructional calendar update in regards to the process as well as the progress that we've been making on this calendar. Just as a quick review, some of the requirements that we are that the instructional calendar is required to have by state regulations: must have at least 10 teacher professional days for professional development or teacher work days. Must start no sooner than the third Monday of August. This year, for the upcoming school year, that date is August 15th, Monday, August 15th. must have at least 3 inclement weather makeup days included on the calendar, and this year is a national election, November 8th. It's Tuesday, National Election Day, so schools must be closed. So those are some of the requirements that our calendar must have, or even constraints, if you will. Our committee members comprise of 12 members this year. If you recall, last year there were 7 if you include myself. I'm kind of the facilitator, so I'm kind of not included in the count. But we had 3 teachers as well as 3 administrators last year. This year we expanded the group a little bit. So we have teachers and principals representing the elementary, middle, and high school level. 1 teacher, 1 principal per level. We had 2 parent representatives this year as well as district personnel on the committee. So a total of 12 members. That 12 does include myself. The committee members began meeting in December in person and through email correspondence. We also made a Google Drive option as well, so we can trade documents and make comments and things of that nature. Information was shared with teachers and administrators throughout the process. This is a list of the committee members. We had Don Brown from Berkeley Alternative School, Dr. Lucy Carter from Westview Primary, Shamika Washington. We had Amanda Cromer, wave Amanda, from Hanahan High School, Stephen Raisley from Berkeley Middle School, Courtney Croker from Sangaree Intermediate, Mr. Jerome Davis, Dr. Susan Gelman, Ms. Sharon Snyder, and the 2 parents are down at the bottom, Dr. Deneen Fleming and Miss Edrina Best. To begin the process, in addition to looking at the requirements that the instructional calendar must have, we reached out to our neighboring districts to determine the framework of their instructional calendar. This year was a little bit easier than last year. Last year was like pulling teeth. This year they were a little bit more willing to share. So we had an idea of what those calendars look like. They're still not quite ready for public consumption, so I told them I would not share those. Share the instructional calendar drafts with principals, district administrators, teacher forum representatives, as well as various district leaders to obtain feedback. We also administered a survey to parents and staff. Go back. Survey went live on January 12, 2016. As far as the staff survey, we had 1,962 submissions. Parent surveys, we had 1,616 submissions, which is an improvement from last year, a very big improvement from last year. I think last year the parent surveys, there were 1,300 responses, and on the staff surveys there was just over 1,000. So we had a lot better response this year. Survey results. Parent survey, what level does your child attend? 55% were elementary school, 26% were high school, 17% middle school. So as far as the first question, would you prefer to have a week for fall break, Thanksgiving, or continue with the 3-day fall break? 64% said they would like to continue with the 3-day fall break. Now that was done with the understanding that if we extended fall break, we would have to decrease Christmas break as well. The second question, would you prefer to start the year with a 5-day week or a shortened week? 55% said a 5-day week. 55% said a shortened week. Excuse me. My eyes are playing tricks on me. I need to look at this monitor, not there. All right, parent survey. Do you approve of the first semester ending before winter break? 64% said yes. If possible, would you like the Berkeley County School District calendar to coordinate with neighboring school districts? 50% said no preference, 37% said yes, 13% said no. Staff survey, again, 1,962 submissions. There were 52 staff members representing elementary school, 22% representing high school, and 26% representing middle school. Would you prefer to start the year off with a 5-day week or a shortened week? 68% said a shortened week. Would you prefer to have a full week at fall break or continue with the 3-day break, 56% said a 3-day break. 39% said a full week. Would you prefer to have a teacher workday at the end of after each quarter? This workday is used to finalize grades, submit grades, and verify things of that nature. 73% said yes. If possible, would you like the Berkeley County School District calendar to coordinate with neighboring districts? 83% said yes. So based on those results from both the staff and the parents, the calendars, we try to provide two options. They look pretty much identical. The only difference being the month of November. Members of the committee, some of the members of the committee wanted to provide an option for Veterans Day. So you will see in the month of November, the top is option 1. There's a full day for November 11th with the late arrival on November 16th. Option 2 has a half day for November 11th, which is Veterans Day, and a full day on November 16th. Those are the major differences between the two calendars. And again, those drafts were created based on the survey results. From here, the process the instructional calendar drafts will be on display for the public. We'll continue to see feedback from the schools, and that's instructional staff as well as administrators. We'll continue to receive feedback. The instructional calendar committee has not stopped meeting. We have another meeting planned for this Thursday, and we're always corresponding electronically. A recommendation for the 2016-17 instructional calendar draft will be made to the board the next meeting, the February 9th meeting. That will include a 2017-2018 instructional calendar draft as well. Those are the two drafts as they currently are. And I know it's very difficult for you all to read. We'll post copies following this meeting. I believe the board has a copy. Do we have any questions?
For Veteran Day, do we have a full day now, Veteran Day?
Sir?
Veteran Day. Are we off on Veteran Day, a full day or half day now?
No.
Talk about now.
No, sir. It was a regular day for Veterans Day.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
everybody's at work on Veteran Day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just curious.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I would encourage your committee, Mr. Jackson, to consider keeping November 11th, for Veterans Day, a full day. I think in the past, and we started this many years ago with a superintendent who had served in the military, that serves as an opportunity for us to bring veterans into our schools to celebrate their service. It allows us to teach and educate our children about the sacrifices of our veterans. So if I had to weigh in on the decision, I would hold Memorial Day sacred. That is a day for family. That is a day for remembrance. But I would also say that Veterans Day is an opportunity for our school district to educate our children about one of the things that makes this country so great. So please consider that moving forward. It's not so much that I object at having Veterans Day off as I see the value in using that day as an educational tool for a generation of children that have been many years, a long way away from major conflicts. So I think I made the point, but if y'all would
Absolutely.
consider that
Yes,
going
sir.
forward.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you.
Moving on to agenda item number 10.
I'm glad they wanted to stick around.
Agenda item number 10 is financial services. Item for action is the RFP 457, which is the 15-16 H.E. Bonner Elementary School parking lot addition. It's a rebid.
as I see my wife walk out, as she usually does when I start talking. We have tonight for you RFP 457 for Bonner Elementary School parking lot additions. We ask that you award the bid to Stenstrom and Associates for a total cost of $179,750.
Okay, do I have a motion?
You do, Mr. Chairman. I move or make a motion to approve a request for proposal 457 for the 15-16 year for H.E. Bonner Elementary School parking lot addition to Stenstrom and Associates Incorporated for a cost of $179,750 as presented by Mr. Thomas in Finance Agenda Item Number 10.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion to approve the RFP 457 for the expansion of the H.E. Bonner Elementary School parking lot to the Stenstrom and Associates for a cost of $179,750. It has been seconded. Do we have any discussion?
Here, a quick question, or a couple. One, why was it rebid? And two, is this a bond project?
Capital improvement project, and rebid because I think lack of interest, but also trying to get it within budget as well. Kind of like we did with, I forgot what the other one was, but we had to get it within closer to budget. So.
Any other? Okay, at this time then, we will take a vote. All of those in favor of the motion for RFP 457, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Thank
You
Mr.
have
Chair. Second on the agenda is an item for information. It is the 2015-16 financial report as of December 31st. It just seems like yesterday we started July, and now we're 50% over with the budget for this year and starting next year's as we speak. You can see the revenues through December 31st of a little over $67 million, 72% left to receive. Again, a large portion of that is we're now starting to see all the tax revenue coming in from the tax bills. And in fact, January 5th or 6th, whatever, we got $22 million from the county for taxes for December. And we just received an advance for January taxes of $25 million. So they're rolling in pretty good. So I just wanted to share that with you. The expenditures through December 31st are $95 million. Balance to expend is 60%. Even though its ideal remaining percentage is 50, you want to have that deviation of at least 8 to 10. Higher if to be more conservative, but at least 8 to 10% for the summer salaries that we'll post for the teachers that are on 190-day contracts. So good shape there, I think. So special revenue funds, this is traditionally our special education, Title I, all those special programs from the feds, but also some state restricted funds that we record under special revenue. You can see 8.7 million, about 75% to receive. But a lot of these are expend first and receive later. So we're just now starting to catch up with that with claims now. So not an unusual place to be. Budget to spend, a good place there as well. A lot of these are teachers, 190-day folks, so we're in a good percentage of left to expend, so we'll in a good place there. EIA, which is that set of funds approved in 1984 from the 1 cent sales tax that has changed a lot since 1984, and a lot of supposedly education finance reform where some of those funds are being sent to the general fund through an increase in base student cost. But right on target with revenues there. They start a month late sending those to us, so good shape there. And then on the expenditure side, very good shape related to the 71% versus 50. A lot of that in that last line transfer and payments to other government units, that's 5.9 million. Most all of that is a transfer to the general fund of teacher salary increase in the fringe. So we'll start to post that, and when I post that, it'll be closer to like 60%, so good shape there. Capital projects. This is one of those slides and group of accounts that we'll have a long history of expenditures through the bond referendum. So you'll see that we still have about 105 million left to receive, and most of that again is the referendum that we'll do phase 2 soon, related to the rest of the referendum projects that we have to get cash flow for. The little 5 million is capital improvement money that we'll receive in the March issue. Expenditures 64% with $104 million of encumbrances. Again, a large portion of those encumbrances would be some of the new schools that we started, like Phillips Simmons and those sorts of things. So again, right on target with that group. Food service, 59% left to receive. Again, this is mostly or largely free and reduced revenue. So the counts are counted and claimed after the fact. So we are in line with what we've seen in the past related to the revenue. Expenditures as well, 61 left to 2% to expend. So most of these folks are 190 days, so there will also be some summer accruals there as well. So I think good shape financially there as well. Again, just a couple reminders about our areas of continuous improvement there that you've seen before, just constant reminders of that. Any questions?
Do we have any questions? Then, Mr. Thomas, you've done a good job.
It's not on me. The last item is the semi-annual procurement report, and you should have had all the documents posted on your website for you to read when you can't sleep. This is the book that, if anybody has any specific questions, might be more productive to ask later than tonight, but feel free to call or email Ms. Blackburn and we'll get the answers to you. Thank you.
Does anyone have any particular questions for the procurement report?
I've already been obnoxious, so I'm good.
I wasn't picking on you, Sally. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. All right, moving on to agenda item number 11, instruction and accountability. Item for information, a state assessment update.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Ms. Blackburn, ladies and gentlemen, we now know what our state test is going to be. Let's see if I can make this work. Don't look at that yet. I don't know why that started there. Okay, so it's January. We actually have learned our assessment, our state assessment, about a month later than last year. This is the 4th year in a row that we've had a different assessment, so we're excited to finally have an answer as to what we're going to do. This is not new. Work Keys, our career ready assessment at the high school level, we administer this assessment to all 11th graders. The date has been set for March 2nd. That is the paper pencil format for that date. We were given the option to assess online. However, the company is not able to provide a safe browser for us, so if a student were to cut and paste some of that content and then email it or put it on a Google Drive somewhere, we would have monetary responsibility for that as a district. So we didn't think that was a good idea, nor did many folks in the state, until they could give us a secure browser. So we're going with that paper pencil format for this year. We just learned that the state, they had an emergency legislative session and approved administering the ACT to all 11th graders. That is the college ready assessment, because we do a career ready and a college ready. However, there are new conditions. We are required to administer that test. However, students do not have to take the test. Last year, they all had to take that assessment. Now we're just required to administer it. That's new news. As I learn more, I'll let you know. I think we just added this in the last day or so, just came out. All right, so I apologize for that untimed, not formatting the right way. It should have flown in. So our ELA and math assessment for grades 3 through 8 will be called SC Ready. Formerly, it was known as PASS. So PASS, or excuse me, it was Aspire last year. The year before that, it was PASS. So our ELA and writing will be on April 26th. That's a paper pencil version. There are online dates for April 19th through May 6th. We are not completely familiar with what the specs are for that software platform, so we are sticking to paper pencil until we are completely aware of what that online version will look like. Same thing for ELA and reading. You see that's on the 27th, math on the 28th, and then makeup testing will be through May 6th. It is on time. That's good news, we think. I don't know if you recall, but last year Aspire was the first time we'd taken a time test for grades 3 through 8, so we are excited about that. They've estimated that test, each one of those will be about 2.5 hours. It'll be a little bit longer this year because it's a new test. They have to embed questions to ensure the validity and reliability of the test, pilot sample questions, and that kind of stuff. Now it's going to spin. Okay. All right, South Carolina PASS, Science and Social Studies. So this is kind of the same old, same old. This is not new. Grades 4 through 8, paper pencil version will be May 11th for science, May 12th for social studies, to make up testing through May 19th. So this test has remained constant for us, okay? So that's not anything new for us. I don't know why it's doing that. And this is more information than you ever wanted to know. This is essentially all of the assessments that we provide, that we are required to provide by state or federal legislation. These are staff development dates and times and locations for when we do training on administering these assessments. These are all the testing windows that we are doing in Berkeley County, and here's the overall state testing window. I know we get a lot of questions about too much testing and how much is the state requiring and that kind of stuff. So this is a nice overview of all the assessments that we're giving in Berkeley County School District. I think that's a nice one-page summary of what we administer. Okay. So at this point, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to try and answer those that you might have. Yes, ma'am.
So with the ACT that the state is mandating that we administer to 11th graders, those 11th graders have the ability to decline taking that test, or the parents do, or, and how is that going to affect us?
I'm right there with you with those questions, yes.
You asked what I was going to ask.
So we literally learned this, was it Friday or Thursday? Yeah, so we knew they were rushing the approval of this test because they didn't have one, and we kind of heard it was going to be ACT or SAT, but we didn't know. And I think there were a lot of voters, perhaps, that were not wanting that requirement for students. So that my understanding is that we have to provide that test to the student, but if they decide they don't want to take it, they don't have to.
So it's not a graduation requirement.
Correct.
The requirement is just on us to make it available.
Correct. That's my understanding.
Now, in the past, parents had to opt out, right?
Correct.
So do you anticipate that that's probably going to be the same way, not the student opting out?
And Mr. Bose, I'll defer to you. I don't know if you've heard anything specific, but I've not heard any details about how they might opt out.
The only thing specific we've heard is that we have to offer the test. Students do not have to take it, so they were comparing it to how the PSAT is now, that students can come in and sign up to take the test, and the state will pay for it, but they don't have to take it if they don't.
And I expect, sorry, Miss.
No, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I expect that regardless of the number of students that take it, that the data will still be on our report card.
Okay. And this will be paid for by the state, correct? Parents don't have to pay for that.
Correct.
So it will be a benefit for the students to take the ACT, because otherwise they would have to pay for it.
Correct.
Will this include the writing portion, or can they choose to
opt
add
out of
the writing portion to it?
That we haven't heard anything of. We do know that that test must be offered during the weekday, that they cannot use the weekend ACT to count as their scores for the state because the state would not be able to pay for them if they were on the weekends. So it has to be offered during the weekdays to be counted as the state test for those 11 graders.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's what I was
Dr.
thinking. We were thinking the same thing.
Sometimes getting information really creates more questions, doesn't it?
I wasn't officially correct.
I didn't give him a chance to ask him.
All right, moving on to agenda item number 12, the superintendent's report. Mr. Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes. I'll be brief again tonight because staff is doing such a great job of taking care of all the heavy lifting, and you all are doing a great job of sending us all your questions in advance. So I only have one thing to report tonight, and that is to add to the Voices of the Teacher Forum my appreciation for your service to this community. And above and beyond that, my appreciation to you for giving me an opportunity to be associated with this community. And I'm having a great time. I think I hit school number 30 this week. So the road show continues. I've put 5,000 miles on my car in 3 months. I usually drive 10 in a year. So that tells you a little bit about the, I'm my own personal road warrior crew. And have been traveling a lot and covering a lot of ground and meeting a lot of great people. So again, I thank you for your service and I thank you for the opportunity. That's it for me.
Okay. Then we move on to agenda item number 13, the executive session. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we move into executive session for 1, attendance appeal, 3, expulsion appeals, a discussion of a pending employment matter, including an administrative appointment, and a discussion of pending litigation against the district.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to go into executive session where we will entertain a student attendance appeal, 3 expulsion appeals, discussion of a pending employment matter, including an administrative appointment, and a discussion of pending litigation. Do we have any discussion? Then at this time, we'll take a vote. All of those in favor of moving into executive session, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.